Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baruch Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutation to Yakim across the world, who doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. So this is an article from Thursday, so 2 days ago. Today's Saturday. So I'm just going to read the article, and then I'm just going to read the article and pull some scriptures on it. Let me see. Maxima, the so-called Queen of Holland, emphasizes the importance of a bank account. Slakja. Maxima emphasizes the importance of a bank account during a working visit to Morocco. Queen Maxima paid a 4-day visit to Morocco for her position at the United Nations. The international organization is committed to the financial digitalization of the North African country, where most people still prefer to pay with cash. Maxima started in Casablanca, the economic capital of Morocco. Although it is known as the city of big money, the Queen mainly focuses on small entrepreneurs, especially women. Slakje. Kind of cold throat. I caught a kind of a cold, doing the working in the rain and shit. But yeah, it is precisely among them that there is a great deal of distrust towards financial institutions, which is which is not more than logic. Just see all those banks that lately so-called been crashing. All the people losing their money. It's it's precisely among them that there is a great deal of distrust towards financial institutions. Cash savings seems like a better idea to many than opening a bank account, but on the other hand, banks are also unwilling to let people without a legitimate income income open a bank account with them. So you have two females sitting there, so-called Queen Maxima and the Minister of Economics from Economics Affair in Morocco, Nadia Fetta Alaoui. However, things have changed in the country in recent years. About 44% of Moroccans now have a bank account, compared to the 29% 3 years ago. Morocco aims is for them to reach 50% at the end of the year. Queen Maxima told NOS, but of course we want to go for 100%. Yeah, for full control. Loans of millions. This month, Morocco will receive a 400 million loan from the World Bank. So that's, the central bank, the World Bank, to promote inclusive financial and digital entrepreneurship. So what they do, they put the country in debt, and then they have control of the country. Because if somebody owes you something, you can let that person do whatever you want him to do, because he owes you something. He owes you money. And that's what they do with the concerning the money. Put the country in debt, and then they tell, okay, you have to apply this rule, you have to apply this rule. Or what? Oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, but then you have to pay us like today. Oh, you can't pay us? Oh, then, do whatever we want you to do. 400 million. So the country ain't going to be able to pay that back in a quick time. And with interest, that's also is coming on top of it. This month, Morocco will receive a 400 million loan from the World Bank to promote inclusive financial and digital entrepreneurship. Morocco previously received two loans to boost digital finance. For example, the money will be used to expand the availability of financial services and digital infrastructure for private individuals and companies. Okay, what does this make you think about? Let me read that last part again. The money will be used to expand the availability of financial service and digital infrastructure for private individuals and companies. That's the MOTB right there. Esau is busy with his plan. He's setting it ready. The C19 has helped him a lot concerning the system. Where you need to check in with a QR code or whatever. You know. So he's busy, man. The money's banks are so-called crashing. So before you know it, you're gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be like, okay, so certain places you can pay with cash, but when you go to the bank, your money will not be available. A lot of people already experience that because they put a lot of money on big banks and stuff. But hey, man, the banks will close on the people. It will happen. Although it tarry, it will happen, like the scripture said. This is still a long way to go for the middle class. For example, entrepreneur Ismail Belkayat says that 97% of grocers in Morocco do not have a bank account. They work with cash almost without exception. As a result, the shop owners are not eligible for a loan, cannot expand, and cannot take out insurance. Yeah. And that's, ISO wants full control. For example, here in Holland, they say there's not a limit on how much cash money you have in your house. But the thing is, if you have more than 560 euros cash in your house, you need to tell the tax about it. So they're going to tax you on your cash money also. It's your money. So let's say, you make a couple, let's say you made let's say you make a couple of thousand of euros in a month, so, and then you start saving, you start saving your money, like say every month. Let's say every month you take like 500 euros from the bank, and you store it at your house, you want to keep it. And a couple of months further, let's say you got a couple of thousand at your house, but the money, before it comes to you, before they send it to your bank account, there's already taxes taken from it. If you buy something with it, they or this other products, there are taxes on it. So you that's already paying two times taxes. So then they want you to tell them like, oh, I have more than 560 euros in my house. That's if you are by yourself and one person. If you're legally living with somebody else, then the amount of money is double. So and you'll be like, okay, I have a couple of thousand. Let's say I got 3,000 euros cash at my house. So then they're going to tax you. So they said like the 560 euros you don't have to pay taxes for, but the rest you have to pay taxes for. But there's already tax. You already paid for that. You see how fucking thief ESO is. So that's what they do, man. Applications. Belkayat runs the wholesaler Chari with which he supplies groceries to the countless grocery stores in Casablanca. These so-called handouts are indispensable for the local residents. He developed an app for these small local shops so that they can order for him more easily, but they can also use it as a cash book. Yeah, control, man. See how much money is going in there. That's what ESO wants. Because, and that's, of course, they are distrusting that system. Don't forget, man, this is the time that the Mosai is making ESO bare, man. All these nations are, a lot of these nations are seeing ESO for the devil that he is, and which also makes what I also, last week I saw this article about Uganda. So they make everything concerning the ABC sodomites is illegal, which is very beautiful because how you say that? Because a while ago they were talking about that they want to make it difficult for countries like Uganda to do a business with the Western so-called Western world, because they don't want to give those sodomites liberties, over there. So as a response, they make everything concerning. So if somebody's telling that they are somebody saying that there is a sodomite, they can go to jail for the rest of their life. Any expression of an ABC sodomite or whatever got to do with it is illegal there. That's beautiful, man. That's a very just law. That's how it's supposed to be. Thus said the Bible. So let me see. But they can also use it as a cash book because all those shops are actually a kind of small banks in themselves because people often buy stuff on credit. But it's mainly the women in Morocco who are lagging behind in opening a bank account. They often do work but are paid black money for it. It's precisely this informal payment that leads to banks not wanting to provide loans to women, which prevent them from expanding their trade. The Arawai Foundation does provide them with financial support. They do this by providing credit, loans, and insurance to small entrepreneurs. The microcredit starts at €500 and go up to €5,000. The importance of such loans is evident from the story of Lubna Laquit. She's a biscuit baker in the capital Rabat, but lost all her banking equipment in a fire. Thanks to the loan and the association insurance that the foundation took out for her, she was able to rebuild her business. A beautiful, sad story. Always they take something like that and then hope that all the people are falling and buying it. If I hadn't had that assurance, I would now not only have no income, but also a debt to the foundation, she said. There is still a mentality in Morocco that things in life cannot be avoided. Taking out insurance against this, therefore, seems pointless to many Moroccans. Moreover, these are extra fixed costs that are the average Moroccan these are extra fixed costs that the average Moroccan wants to spend on something else at the end of the month. Queen Maxima, we have to remedy that mutual mistrust by devising an ecosystem where everyone can have that trust. But what is especially important is that the people don't end up on the street if something happens to them. So now you want to say you care, man. Don't forget your father was working with it. The father of Maxima was working in that regime of was it Portugal back in the days where they were throwing people out of the planes if they didn't want to work with the government. So I think her father was even no, I'm not sure, but he had a big. He was yeah, he was part of the government. I don't know his function anymore, but yeah, man, this whole so-called queendom from Holland is all filthy, man. They're all filthy, man. They done a lot of dirt, man. This mother of Willem Alexander, so they made a documentary now about his father. His father was an ex-SSer from the stiff arm from Hitler. He was working for Hitler. So then he married with he even saw pictures of them sailing on the ship with the swastika cross on it. So. And they have the documentary now. Actually, I need to watch it. I don't know if it's on Netflix or something, but it would be a good one to watch it because you're gonna see a lot of dirt there about them. And Beatrix, she was very angry about the documentary. So yeah, of course. So let me see. Let me go into this the Book of Revelations because this is all things preparing for the MOTB. The CHIP. The microchip. Ain't no microchip. It's June. It's not June yet, but it will come. Nate, Mr. Nate. So let me see. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save so he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 600, threescore, and the score is 20 and 6. So you do the math. And it doesn't matter right or left hand or in your ass. This is what the scripture said. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, so if you are down with his system, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, so it doesn't matter right or left, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahushai. So yeah, so with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baharuka Kudash, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.